Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Crystal Dreams. My name is Rafael, and today we're going to talk about how to reduce stress and anxiety. So stay tuned for more details. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because in the past year, our mental health has taken a big impact. So a lot of people are suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress. I talk from personal life experience. I'm the type of guy who would never get stressed out. You know, even when I was going to university and studying engineering, which was very, very demanding, and even then I would feel stressed, but I never felt real stress until I became an entrepreneur. And the reason why is because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to do everything. So you have to do your marketing, you have to do your management, you have to do your taxes, you have to do everything when you're starting your own company, which leads to a lot of stress. You know, so you have a big weight in your shoulders all the time. I remember that I was working under a lot of stress because the company is growing, things are changing, every day there is new challenges. So what happened with me is that I realized that I would work better under stress. So I would always put myself under stress to perform better. So for example, every day I would wake up, I start working, and then until night, I would just work until midnight. That's what I did for a couple of months, even years, to be honest. You know, like they say, it takes 21 days for you to build a habit. So what I was doing is that whenever I was working under stress, I would just push myself to keep going, so I would get a lot of the work done. So when I was working under that pressure for 21 days and even longer periods of time, my mind and body started associating that stress as normal, as part of my routine. And I did that for a whole year. So what happened to me is that after 21 days, my stress became a habit. So then I would wake up on my weekends where I had nothing to do, stressed out for no reason. And I had no idea why I was stressed out. I really hope you haven't reached those levels of stress. If you're waking up in the morning and you have no idea why you're stressed out and you can't stop your stress, and if you are going through that, then don't worry, because I was going through the same thing. Some nights I would wake up randomly at night and I would be stressed out. Then the next morning I would wake up and I was stressed. And then I would go to work and I was stressed. And I had no idea because there was no reason whatsoever to be stressed. But in those times I didn't know that it was because I had programmed my mind to act in that way. So then I had to read this book that I highly recommend for you guys. And I really want you guys to go and download it or buy it or look for audiobooks, because this book can change your life. This book is gonna help you tremendously. It's gonna give you all the answers that you're looking for, and it's gonna go in detail. And if there is something that I realized with dealing with stress, you gotta do two of the following. If you're really under a lot of stress like I was, that it became a pressure in my chest that I would feel all the time, then it's important that you go see either a psychologist or you read a book. Those are the only two outcomes to overcome stress. And the reason why is because you need somebody to remind you about all these small details that are important to overcome stress. Because if you don't have somebody guiding you, you're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over. So when you have an audiobook like the one I recommend you, it's gonna help you to give you a direction and to give you the tools on how to deal with your stress. Now, I'm very happy to say that it's been more than 6 months that my stress is not chronic anymore. And I'm so proud of this achievement. And this, I hope you gives you hope, because for 2 years, I was stressed every day. Every day I would wake up and I was stressed out. Even for a while, I even forgot how it felt to feel relaxed. And I really hope you guys don't reach that point. Yeah, I had so much stress that I would even feel it in my chest. You know, I would wake up and I would just feel this pressure. And that's how I realized that I was stressed out. One day I woke up and I felt a pressure on my chest. And then I thought about it and I was like, hey, wait a second. When was the last time I didn't feel this pressure in my chest? And the answer got me so surprised, because I didn't know. I didn't know when was the last time I didn't feel a pressure in my chest. I had felt that pressure in my chest for so long that I had no idea what it felt not to have it anymore. So you see, I had programmed my mind through stress and hard work that I reached a level that I was just breaking down. My body was breaking down. It didn't understand anything anymore because I had programmed my mind to be working hard every day, to be working under stress. Imagine that. That's pretty crazy when you can't even remember how it feels to be relaxed. So that's how much I push myself to the limit, and I really hope you guys don't do the same thing. But if you guys are going through a lot of stress where you wake up every morning and you have no idea what's happening, don't worry. You have to go in depth if you really want to understand your mind. You have to go in depth. So something that I realized from that book is that it's important to meditate, guys. Meditation was my number one tool. So when you meditate every day, it clears your mind, it grounds you, it relaxes you. And you know what's the purpose of meditation? The whole purpose of that meditation that you're gonna see in the book that I recommend you is just basically to make you feel relaxed again. So your body can tap into the feeling of relaxation and start spreading it around in your everyday life. Because if you're stressed, it just means that you forgot how to relax. And in order to learn how to relax, well, it's gonna take some time. Believe me, it's not that easy. I'm sure if you suffer about stress, you have tried to relax. You try to sit down, not think about anything, but still the stress is there. So what you have to do is really go into a meditative state, clear your mind, and feel the relaxation. And when you feel it, then you can use that feeling to spread it all over your life. And then it becomes a habit after 21 days. That's why it's so important that you do this meditation for 21 days minimum. And it took me longer than that because dealing with stress is not a straight line. No, dealing with stress is ups and downs, And remember that. Some days you're gonna feel great. You're going to be like, wow, I don't have stress anymore. Everything is going better. And then out of nowhere, the next day, bang, you're so stressed out, you can't even get out of bed. So that's why it's important that you be mindful about this. And it's okay. Remember, you're dealing with your psychology, with your mind. It's something that we don't yet understand. And you don't have to understand everything that is going inside your mind. All you have to do is just get a quick overview. And that's another important factor that I want you guys to remember. What I mean about this is that when you find the source of your stress, it's important not to go deeper by trying to understand it. As soon as you figure what it is, then just let it be and move on. Because as soon as you realize where the source is coming from, then you can start working on fixing that. But if you get too deep into it, the stress is just gonna come back stronger because then you start questioning yourself and you start asking more questions that are stressful because you don't understand where it's coming from and you really wanna figure it out. And that's not the goal here, guys. I tried that, and to be honest, it got me even more stressed out. So for example, in my case, I realized that every morning I will wake up and grab the phone and start working. So automatically, my brain started associating stress with the cell phone. Even if it was my friend texting me, my brain doesn't know the difference. As soon as I see a text message, it associated with work and the stress would just kick in. So I realized that the best thing that worked for me was to find out what was triggering my stress and then slowly try to bring a feeling of relaxation when I was feeling that stress, but I wouldn't go into deeper because I knew that as soon as you stare into the dark stares right back at you. So it can swallow you into that world. So be mindful. Stress is a great adversary and you need all the tools in your hand to beat it. But guess what? You can knock out stress. You're strong, you have control of your mind. But first, you have to realize that. You have to realize that it's you that decides how you feel. And it takes time to program your mind. So be patient. It takes 21 days. So for 21 days, be having positive thoughts, be meditating to relax, do the things that you like. And whenever you feel stressed or anxious, Try to find out where that's coming from. Is it from a person? Is it from your work? Is it from something that you do every day? Try to find out what can help you to reduce stress.